Oh, and now, people have been telling me I should be watching um, a thing about Asmongold. People have made like the history of Asmongold or whatever. I think someone said actually, someone mentioned in the comments to watch the video that says the rabbit hole or whatever it is. But I found this video when I looked up that title, and this came up, and it was 30 minutes long. So I figured I'd do this one today, and then I did see the rabbit hole one. That was over an hour long video. So I figured I would go ahead and watch this one today, and then if I feel up to it, maybe I'll watch the other one, or I'll watch it tomorrow and upload it tomorrow. My goal, though, for this week is to try to get as much content out there as I can. I want to get to know everybody. And I know people have said already in the comments to not worry about watching Hassan. Someone said his name was Hassan Piker because he's just really bad. But here's the thing, and I hope you guys can understand this. I'm trying to understand both sides, right? I want to understand where I fall, because I'm just the middleman, right? I'm just the middle person. That's how I've always been. I've always kind of been the open-ender voter type person where I can vote for either side. I don't I don't really label myself as a Democrat or a Republican. I kind of label myself as kind of like right in the middle. And so even though I know that some things, or a lot of things that I think about, are kind of more right leaning than anything else, but I'm not like extreme right or extreme left. I'm just kind of like in the middle, and whoever is running for president, and if I like what they're saying, if I kind of agree with what they're saying, if I think they would be, then that's the side I will choose. So I'm going to treat this the same way. I'm going to listen to this guy. I want to get to know this guy a little bit, and then watch some of the Hassan Piker stuff. Although I will say right now that given the fact that there is history of him shocking his dog for no reason, and people have said, yes, he's literally shocked his dog when he's been sitting there for only 8 hours, I don't like that, and I almost don't want to give him the time of day, but I still want to hear him out and see what I think overall. But I think I already kind of like this dude, and I kind of want to make open like a music video for him, like an opening for him and a closing for him type of thing. But we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to watching the history of Asmongold, or the story of Asmongold, or whatever the hell this is. Jesus.
How Asmond survived his youth. This video has 400,000 views. Yeah, this is me. This is my first driver's license photo. I was 16 in this, and I think I was like 22 or 23 in this. Yeah, so this is like way back in the day. 3,000 years ago.
Every day for the past 4 or 5
Wow.
years,
Oh, God.
I've had to take painkillers every night to where I'm not in agonizing pain.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
What's
That was a
up,
bad
y'all?
time.
It's me.
For many people, my existence is a soulless,
Wait, so he
degenerate
saying he had to take
millionaire who has
painkillers
cockroaches
because of
crawling on
his
him.
teeth, he
because
said? Why didn't he just get his teeth pulled if they were hurting that bad? What the? Hold on.
he can't throw out his fast. Degenerate millionaire who has cockroaches crawling on him because he can't throw
I'm
out
guessing,
his
did he make a video of his room tour or whatever? Like, did he do,
Food
like, I
garbage.
know many
No, I've
people
got
do
a
room
story to
tours.
tell
Did
you.
he do one too?
Guys, and this
Oh,
story involves
man.
some bullshit.
I like kind of being the villain. He is.
Oh my
It's
god.
like the intro.
Bro,
It's like
I feel so old right now.
this is like, oh,
He has a fucking square box TV. I don't know. Is that the one that has a VCR in it? It looks like it is. Based off of what this shows up front, it looks like it has the VCR in it. I had the square box TV that had a VCR in it. I don't know whatever happened to it, I know I had one though, and I kind of miss it. I kind of want to have it back, honestly, or at least go find one that still has one. I saw a couple people selling them still, and I might go buy them off of someone. But I miss it.
Yeah, how this guy ended up murdering 17 people.
What the fuck?
Amazing.
Oh my god.
I am an animal.
Did he just hit himself? How did that hurt? Did that
Oh my
not
God.
hurt him? Like,
I am
holy
an
crap! Wait,
I am,
Jesus.
almost 30 now, and I play video games.
Almost 30 now?
when was this made? 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago? So he's my age. Ah, damn
Oh,
commercials.
shit.
Day. I live with my mom.
What are you most excited about?
People that like
Oh, God, bro. I remember this. So this was the same time that I remember I was dancing around her with like a plastic axe, and I was bouncing it around her head, and I accidentally bonked her on the head. She got so fucking mad.
people that like hate
Wait,
me
wait,
for
wait,
living the way
wait.
that I do.
It's mainly the people
Wait.
that push themselves into a
Oh,
circle
yeah.
hole
Crap,
where they're a
dude.
square peg.
Asmongold is in
Themselves into
He has so many cups and bowls and food everywhere. Hold on, can't believe Asmond said.
a
Oh,
circle
yeah.
hole
N-word?
where
Oh my
they're a
gosh.
square peg.
Asmongold
Go
is
clean
in
your
the
house, Asmond, before you start yapping. Bro, so many people are so mean to this guy.
final stage of becoming a roach.
Hold on.
Is that true?
So
The metamorphosis
he
is almost complete.
So I don't know when was he labeled the Roach, because people call him the Roach King now. So he's obviously leveled up.
Triangle. I'm not like any.
Oh my god, bro, like he's just at Walmart being a retard. Just
I'm glad that
Literally being a
he's not the
retard at
only person
Walmart.
that calls himself a
Yeah,
retard.
there's
When I
other
say
stuff.
himself, I
I
don't mean
myself.
himself. I mean people in general. Like I call myself a retard a lot.
Asmongold makes millions
Hey,
of dollars
Yeah.
per year.
I'm glad
Yet
I'm not
he
the
lives
only
same life
person-
in the same house where he once lived on food stamps while taking
I'm
care
glad
of his
that I'm
mother.
not the only
Yeah.
person. It looks like he
Millions
sleeps
of
on a
dollars
bed
per
on the
year.
ground.
Yet he
I'm not
lives
the
the
only
same
person that
life
does
in the
that.
same-
That's awesome.
house
'cause
where he
I
once
do the
lived
same
on
thing.
food.
Wait. Hold on. He has a frickin' sword. Dude, that's sick. What other things does he got around here?
Stamps while taking care of his mother.
Yeah?
I lived this exact same life whenever I was 21. Like, if you go
Yeah.
back and you watch
Ew,
videos of me
what are you eating?
from literally over 10 years ago, you're watching this. This is
yeah, I was like 19 in this, maybe 20. Man. That is insane.
the same person. Yeah, that was my desk, by the way. I got this one last night. Yeah, it's the
I did.
same drink.
Wait. Oh,
He's one of the most watched streamers and in many ways the most unique personality to
it's a 3. Has this changed since then? He has a 3 monitor setup. He has a Shure whatever the hell, SM7B. I actually have the same thing as well.
get as successful as he is. But being
That's probably true. There's a lot of. See, I think that's the reason why a lot of people are vexed by me.
Actually, I just discovered you through Leaflet's video. Thank Leaflet. Is this his dad?
Is that I am a person who has done everything wrong. I didn't care about school. I don't care about other people's opinions. I don't care about how I look. I don't care about what other people think. I don't care about really anything. It's still gone well. And I think the reason and what happened is that the fact that that's the case, I think that a lot of people see that and it makes them mad because they did follow all the rules. They did do what they were supposed to do. And their situation isn't what they want it to be.
Actually, I skipped school a lot when I was in high school. When I was in high school, even though I graduated, but I skipped school a lot. Just because, at the time, um, and I'll probably do like an about me video or whatever, because there have been a few people that's like, how do you not know this video or this anime, or how do you not know this and that, and yeah, there's just been kind of a lot of things that people that don't know about me, and maybe I'll make a video about me at some point. But during my 8th grade year, I actually had to decide who I wanted to live with. Back in when I was 13, yeah, around that time, and it was actually one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make during that time, because I didn't know who to live with. My mom, per court order, I actually had to decide who I wanted to live with, and so I chose my mom. I gave her another shot at being a mother, and she didn't really give a shit what I did. I mean, she kind of did, but she didn't, and I kind of just did what I wanted, and that was that.
That's the reason why. That's why they're mad.
Being an outlier has been part of his identity since childhood.
As a kid, I always felt like I was very different from a lot of other people. People thought that I was a little bit off, a little bit weird. I've always had a big problem with being able to like relate to other people.
Yeah, I think that.
I can also relate to that, just because I was picked on a lot in high school, and I was kind of trying to form my own personality. I didn't know where I fit in school, and I was picked on a lot. And there was one person who actually, funny enough, the most popular kid in school, and also a lot of women loved this kid, protected me and helped me out and helped me learn to defend myself. And he went on to join the military, graduated really early in high school, was worried about me, obviously, but he had to move on with his life and had to do his own thing. And I ended up reconvening with him years later, and I made some mistakes because of my mom's death, and so it wasn't good, and so I'm trying to rectify that relationship. But he was a really good person, a really good friend, and I still consider him as a friend, even as a brother. But he was the one person that helped me out and became a good friend of mine. And so, yeah, and it was because of him that people left me alone, which is kind of funny. And then at that point, I tried to discover who I was and everything else too. Your general high school stuff.
Growing up, I was just very used to just detaching myself from things and accepting things for how they are.
I live in Austin, Texas.
I've
lived here pretty much my whole life. I moved here when I was like 6 months old.
We didn't live in the projects, right?
Oh my God, bro. Like back in the dark ages. In the dark ages. That's my KFC shirt. I remember this real well.
But we were one of the poorer families in a working class neighborhood.
Yeah.
His mom and I were separated for a while, and then we got divorced.
My parents are divorced, and I lived with my mom.
I grew up very poor.
We basically barely skated by most of the time.
My mom, you guys got to understand that, like, we would literally, my mom, she would have $20 in her wallet with no $20 on the horizon. She didn't have a job. There's no money coming in. I'm like, can we get Taco Bell? She's like, I don't know, how much money do I have? I've got $20. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go. That was it. Did not even think about it. Yeah, didn't you still have a home? No, things could have been worse for me, but yeah, we were very poor. Like, she made under poverty like every year, basically. That's why that's how we got food stamps.
And primarily the reason for that, honestly, is because my dad. My dad always paid child support, etc. At least until I was 18.
When you were growing up poor, like, tell me about
like 17 or 16 in this. Oh, it would suck, right? I mean, like, especially if everybody else had X or Y thing and I didn't have it. This is whenever I was a little kid, by the way. Keep this in mind. Like, by the time that I was in high school, I loved going to school. I never skipped school. I never did, because that's where all my friends.
I skipped school a lot just because of the fact that people picked on me so much, and I was an easy target until my friend taught me how to defend myself. And once he taught me the fundamentals of defending myself, and then he taught me beyond that, then people stopped messing with me. And when he left, because he left really early, like as he went into the military, went into the special forces and everything. He once he left, people tried to pick on me, and once I showed people that, hey, don't fuck with me or I'll just fuck you up, then that's when things kind of slowed back down again. And funny enough, actually, when I started defending myself and showing that I can hold my own, people actually started to like me and respecting me a little bit more. It's kind of weird.
Friends were. But like elementary school and middle school, like, there were some good times and some bad times, right? Is that you? I was 17 in this. There would be many times whenever I wouldn't have something that it felt like everybody else would have, or I wouldn't be able to do something that everybody else could do.
No, I never did.
Who is that?
Couldn't look forward to something that everybody else could look forward to. Oh, this is whenever we would play Smash Brothers in class.
Smash Brothers in class. Oh,
and it did feel bad to be like that one person that didn't have it.
This early challenge taught Zach a powerful truth that's going to become the core of his personality.
I cared a lot about wearing Nike. I cared a lot about wearing nice shoes.
I really tried to take myself seriously.
I remember my mom bought me a really expensive pair of shoes at Academy, and it was awesome. And
it was $100. It was a lot of money.
People would think I was cool, etc.
I tried to have...
They did, by the way. It was a really great pair of shoes.
I love Nike.
Do the right things, say the right things, wear the right things, be the right kind of person.
These types of things and the materialism
Me
of it,
and Lowell, this was our first day of school in 2005. Yeah, first day of school, 2005, grade 10.
Very appealing to me. It was very important to me. It was part of who I was as a person. I basically...
Those were the fucking days. With the Halo 2 t-shirt on. Yep, that's right. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I remember he would come over at 7 in the morning. Or 8 in the morning. Yeah, no, it was 7 in the morning. And we would play video games. We'd play Halo. And then our two other friends would come over. And we would be doing 4-player split-screen Halo at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
we would go to the bus stop at like 8:15. And I remember we would sing Baptist church hymns, but nobody knew any of the lyrics, so we would just add in Jesus every once in a while. And then we get on the bus and we listen to Kanye West, and we'd yell out the window at people at 8:30 in the morning, calling them the N-word and the F-word. And then sometimes we'd throw rocks at them, but usually that was on the way back home. Yep. And this was all before school.
I basically allowed that to kind of be part of what I identified myself as. That was the case all through elementary school and also all through middle school. The real formative moment for me personally was in high school. At the very beginning, I went to a more upscale, a richer high school.
Much more superficial, much more like a higher
Did not like this.
My dad wanted me to go there.
That the kids would drive the Hummers to school.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very obvious that these kids did not buy their cars from their McDonald's part-time job, okay?
I didn't really fit in there.
They were very brand conscious. They were very conscientious about what they would wear, how they would look, how they would appear.
People are very, very conscientious now about how they're perceived. And I think that the internet has magnified this and made it worse.
What's nice about being the age that I'm at right now is I'm at that age where I just don't give a shit about what people think about me, which is kind of strange. I never thought I would get to that point, because I'm in an age where I just don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. I'm home a lot doing video editing and audiobook editing, or just audio editing in general, and then I make videos, and then like I do a lot on my computer. I'm usually home almost all the time. I usually don't go out very much. When I do, I'm usually going out to get food or hanging out with someone for like maybe a couple of minutes, and I come home and get back to doing this and getting back to the grind and everything else. So like I just don't care. And I've had moments where people just said I was an asshole or being rude. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Sorry, I guess, but I just don't care. I had someone tell me how so you know what, I'll leave that for another day.
I see people all the time who do things that they don't even want to do, but it's because they are worried about being seen a certain way or not being seen a certain way. They're totally controlled by the opinions of other people, and I think that to some degree everybody is, but to the degree that some people are, it's really unhealthy.
And whenever I looked at those people, I thought it was so superficial and so worthless and so meaningless that it was just very off-putting and weird to me. I was also looking in a mirror, and I realized that those people are doing the same thing. I was just doing it to a lesser extent. And if I had as much money
Look at
as
all
they
those
did,
teeth. Oh my God. This was me in Austin at Taco Bell. Holy fucking shit. I remember this is whenever Cataclysm came out. Yup. Fuck. The original teeth? Yeah, that was version 1.
I'd be just like them.
And at that point, I realized that
Bro. Just a fucking retard. Just an absolute fucking retard. Am I doing a gang sign? Yeah.
Like them.
And at that point, I realized that I didn't really want to be like other people, and I had to develop, I guess, my own identity. Then I ended up getting transferred over, and I went to the school where my friends were.
Yeah. Oh
it was
my
at an
God,
early
bro.
age that he began developing hyper-competitiveness and love for games.
He was always into video games.
Oh
Computer
God.
nerds? Yeah, I was basically a computer nerd in a lot of ways, yeah.
When he could not stand up, we had a big ottoman. He would be leaning on that thing, playing.
I will never forget whenever my dad was like, you know what they used to call black people in the 60s? And Tectone is like, I don't know, the N-word? And my dad goes, no, worse than that.
What's worse than that? Dude, I feel like
this?
I feel like I would love his dad. I mean, I want to watch this. I want to get to know his dad a little bit. This is hilarious.
Marion.
Well, I would go and I would repair the computer, so like different classes. It was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
What just happened in the game?
Oh God.
You know how mad he gets when he loses something or he fucks up on the games?
Eric, what just happened in the game? I lost. Wow.
You know what? You want to know something funny about Eric now? Is he's bald. He's bald now.
Hey, buddy, you're not too far from him.
Wow.
I'd be sitting at the table and I'd be here.
He says you're next. That's what he told me.
And first getting all, and then he throws the controller down.
So who'd you lose to?
Yeah, this is how obnoxious and annoying I was. I was like, who won, who lost, and I wanted Eric to just say that I was the one that won.
And he throws himself on the floor. No.
I wanted a video camera whenever I was 11 years old.
I've been
so
making
obnoxious.
videos and doing videos.
I am so fucking obnoxious. It's insane.
And I've always been interested with like film and everything like that.
Yeah.
I've been making videos ever since I was 8 or 9 years old with my friend's video camera.
That's Zach and Cody. Holy shit.
I started doing voiceover stuff and stage acting when I was 8. And then I started doing camera stuff when I was 9. And then I did a lot more of school stuff, like choir and stage acting and radio stuff throughout my middle school, high school days. And then I just kind of progressed from there. So, yeah. And what's funny is my mom, before she passed, said that I was a big camera hog. Whenever my dad and my mom would try to record other people, I would always try to get in front of the camera and try to be the center of attention, which totally makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Cameron too. See the top of his head. Yep.
With my friend's video camera on Christmas 2001. I was 11. My dad got me a video camera for Christmas, and ever since then I've been making my own videos.
This was the part. This was exactly when I hit her in the head with the battle axe.
Oh no!
And this was right before the video where we went to Walmart. Yep. Because I was dancing around her with the axe, and then I lost hold of it, and it bonked her on the head. You can even hear it in the video. I was uploading videos to MySpace.
I've always loved the idea of making videos and sharing my life and sharing...
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's been a long time, boys. It's been a long road.
Things that I think are funny with other people.
Like if I was born in like today's day and age, I would have unironically been 6 or 7 years old uploading content to YouTube.
In 2006,
I had my mom record that video.
Zach stepped into a world that would shape his life in ways he could never have imagined.
I started playing WoW in 2006 in July.
Yeah.
I bought the game, and I didn't ever even play it. I bought the game from this kid at school in my computer class.
Should I get into WoW? Should I? I've never played WoW. I've played other like games, but I've never played WoW. I'm wondering if I should get into it.
I take the game home and I put it on my bookshelf, and I just didn't really think about it for probably 3 or 4 months. My buddy had just come back from the summer because
This is actually not this guy. It was the other guy on the computer. It was, where's the image? I don't know if it shows it again. But yeah, it was Zach. Zach was the one that, it was, Lowell never got into WoW. We tried to get him to play it, he wouldn't play it.
Dad lives up the street, so he had just showed up, and we've been playing Halo.
I also want to get into FF11, I think it's called. Yeah, 11 or 14 or whatever the hell it's called. I love Final Fantasy so much that I want to be the #1 player on 14. I think it's 14. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. For those of you who are watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 11 or 14, or is it like the same? I mean, I don't know.
Halo and all that other stuff, and so we didn't really we were kind of bored of playing Halo. Like we would just get up and play Halo and then go back to bed. That's it. That's all we do. You saw that I had in my bookshelf, I had this this little box, and it was a World of Warcraft game. He's like, dude, you have World of Warcraft? I'm like, yeah, I have the game.
It was a smaller one, but yes,
it's the best fucking game.
Funny enough, I actually did a commercial for World of Warcraft, and I can probably share that here. I mean, since we're talking about World of Warcraft, I can probably share it. Actually, I should. I should share it. Yeah, I think at this segment, since I'm saying it right now, at this segment, I'll probably cut the video half or whatever, and I'll share that little segment to kind of give you guys like a little bit of a treat. So I'm a paladin. I'm a powerful defender of destructive weapons who can tap into the magical power of God. And who is the only one who can bring forth this remarkable power of light from thy Zeus? Me! Is this power easy to control? Psst. Yeah. Well... Uh-huh, that's right. I'm much better than a priest. I'm a paladin. What's your game?
World of Warcraft, the #1 online game. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Yeah.
You know, so the first thing I do is I go to YouTube, I look up World of Warcraft, and I see a video of this mage soloing a dragon, and I'm like...
It was a Fax Monkey video. I remember this very well. And yeah, like, I was like, oh, is this game any good? And I watched a video of it, of like a guy soloing a dragon. I said, this is the coolest shit ever.
This is the most badass fucking game in the world.
Like a young Asmongold, I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser.
And you can
what the hell?
Can you guys see why nobody was taking me seriously? Can you see why that happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Why did everybody think I was retarded?
Wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser.
The funny part is, he says that people considered him retarded. If that was the case, if that was or is the case, which obviously it's not, but let's just say if that was or is the case, he is the richest retarded individual ever. Just saying.
I would go to school. The
Jeff.
teachers would treat me like a fucking idiot because I was. a fucking idiot.
There you go.
It's not like, oh wow,
That's right.
you know, they're so mean to me. No, they're not mean to me. It's because I was a fucking idiot. You have your friends that are planning out, you know, I want to be
I don't
this,
even,
I
I
want
don't
to be
remember
that.
what this even is.
And they're talking about going to school and going to college. You have friends that have had girlfriends at that time, like 3 years. They're talking about actually, you know, being really
fighting with
serious
sticks in the
and,
backyard.
You know, things get more serious
I did that.
Yep.
Life is progressing onward, and for me personally, I always felt like it wasn't really like it wasn't progressing for me.
You know, that kind of changed a little bit whenever I went into Burning Crusade.
It's your fault for acting stupid.
Was whenever I went to Steak and Shake, remember?
Sure, I remember.
Flash,
there she
fantasy,
is.
And fixation are the features that contribute to the addiction that millions cannot shake.
And everybody was there. We were getting there.
Yeah.
Waiting for the World of Warcraft expansion to come out.
I'm sorry for my girlfriend, because I'm just going to
Wow.
keep playing.
For an online game,
Wow.
World of Warcraft.
If I actually took the week off the launch of the game so I could sit there and play it all day and don't have to worry about working.
There's a new version that's about to erupt.
That's what happened for me too. Is that the next day after Burning Crusade came out, it was a snow day at school. And it legitimately made me believe in God. I was like, there's no way this happened on its own. There's no way.
On the scene.
And I come from Mexico just to get Burning Crusade.
Damn.
And we went home and loaded it up.
Yeah. She would be on that fucking game. This is all she did, by the way.
She played WoW?
Is she would just go and sit there and fucking buy and sell shit.
Dude, he had the most coolest mother ever. Dude, that is so sick. All my mom would ever do is watch me play games. She wouldn't play them, but she would watch. But was always like enjoying watching me.
She had so much money in the game, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then so the game comes out, and it puts me on an even playing field for the first time in my life with anybody else.
You know, I became a successful player, and then a successful officer, and then a successful raid leader in my guild.
So, Zach, what have you been trying to push the guild to do? Wow.
It's not, you know, how
What have I been trying to push the guild? You know what I was trying to push the guild to do in that video? Kill a bunch of critters for a guild achievement.
They are, how old they are, what credentials they have, or
That's
anything
what I was
like
doing.
that. The only thing that matters is the effort that I can put into game versus the effort that they can put into the game.
I went from having people like call me, you know, loser or whatever, to like complimenting me and like saying, you know, you've been working, you know, this is like, you know, your character's really great, you know, you're doing a lot of DPS, you're a great leader, and so all this other stuff. And
for a young Asmongold, this acceptance meant the world.
I was just then...
Well, it's not even really the acceptance. I think that what it really was that, like, if you're a young guy, video games are one of the first places that you can get into where you're actually on an even playing field against people that have a structural advantage in real life.
One of my first friends that I made in high school after everything that was going on, funny enough, I was playing, in my opinion, one of the best fighting games of all time, and sadly I haven't watched the anime, but I knew of the games and I was really interested. It was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, and I played that game so much that I became perfect at playing the game, like quite literally perfect. And someone at school, we were talking and everything, and he was like, "Nah, I'm the best Budokai 3 game player ever," and him and I made a bet. He bet his PS2 for if I won, he would give me his PS2. And so he asked me what I would bet him. I'm like, I was so confident in my skills that not only did I bet my PS2, but I also bet my VCR mini VCR TV and like 4 or 5 extra games that like was a big time like super popular at that time. Like I think one of them was Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, Final Fantasy something, a fighting game, and one other thing I don't remember what it was. But to basically cut the story short here, I ended up beating him so much, and he kept on saying, "Okay, one more round, one more round, one more round," and essentially he could, whenever he would do like the ultimate moves or whatever, he could never get it perfect. I could, and I knew the trick to it. See, people when they play a game like that, they always try to match the. So what the game would have, and I should probably show this at this point. What the game would have is when you're doing ultimates, it would have a bar, and the higher the bar went, you'd have to press a button to try to get the most out of the bar. And if you can get it perfect each and every time, you would have basically the ending of it would have a perfect bar. Well, he could never get it perfect. The trick to it was you can't look at it directly. You have to look. You have to use your peripherals, and you can match it up then. Because if you try to look at it directly, it's a little bit harder to get it right on point. But your peripherals will help you get it almost right on point. And I knew that trick, and that's how I got him every single time. And he got so fucking pissed. And basically, when I finally beat him at the game, he's like, "Well, a bet is a bet. Here you go. Here's a PS2." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to take your PS2. To show you that I won, to show you that I was the best was enough for me. I don't need your PS2. You would have taken mine, but I'm not going to take yours. I don't need your PS2, dude. Just take your shit and go." And ever since then, we became friends, and he would always try to play me against it. And he finally admitted defeat, and we would talk about it every now and then to this day. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
And I think that's the reason why video games and like those types of games appeal so much to young men, is that you can have a place where you can seek validation and have a victory in that game that is owned by you. And, you're not, and like the fact is, like, obviously everybody knows, like, now that we're older, right, we know, like, kids kind of have an advantage because they don't have anything else they have to do, right?
It's a building foundation, and it also helps you with confidence.
That way, and you feel like, okay, finally, like, we're on the same playing field and I'm succeeding. And I think that's why a lot of young guys get so addicted to games. It's not that deep. It is.
To become an upperclassman in high school, going from like a boy into a man, and it was the first time that I was really.
That was a long time ago.
And interacting with people that were older than me.
Damn, and bro, like my World of Warcraft. I remember we took this photo because the room was clean. Don't think that like the room was always clean. It was not.
Actually becoming part of the world at large, rather than just a small group of friends and then school. I think that gave me a certain amount of self-esteem that you can't really get anywhere else.
Yeah, his love for making videos and his passion for World of Warcraft.
This is the way WoW used to be. Is that like right here? This was like 2 days after I killed the Lich King, and like Zach and all of his friends from Waco were down. Like these are like fucking 10 guys that like I've known for. Fucking like almost 20 years, 15, 20 years at this point. And they came down and they were like, "So, what was it like beating the Lich King?" What was it like? Well, tell us about it. What happened? And they were all over at my house, and this was in the morning, and I was just like, I don't fucking know, bro. We just killed him, right? Like, that's all it was.
For World of Warcraft merged in the next hobby he took on.
I made my YouTube channel right after I graduated from high school. Joined like that, August 29th, 2008.
I made this YouTube channel because I was going to go to school in the spring. I was ready to go to business school, and I had been accepted. And what happened is my mom...
I actually went to college for the arts, so acting and vocal work. I ended up obviously liking that so much because I was doing it beforehand that I ended up doing other things that could relate to it. So I learned how to improv. I learned how to do all those other things. Then I was doing radio, and then I actually ended up also getting like a I guess you can say certificate to get into like a part of a business thing. It wasn't a full business degree. It's just part of a business degree. But my degree was in acting and radio.
got sick. I felt that I kind of had to stay home, and so I kind of was taking care of her and helping her.
Oh, jeez. This is a bad time.
What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy, Asmondgolds. I made this YouTube channel just because, you know, as I said, I've always loved doing videos, and I've always loved,
To be fair, like in this, like there's a bit of a disconnect that didn't happen in 2008. It was in 2013, 2014, right? So like the 2008 YouTube channel was like just a personal one that I had made for myself.
Warcraft, obviously. And so I decided at that point that, you know, I would take that time and I would really do what, you know, a lot of people have been asking me to do. You know, I just kind of wanted to make these videos and help people. And today we're going to be talking about something big. It's about how to get achievements.
All I did back then was make WoW guide videos. That was all I did.
Yep.
Today, I want to show you guys how to solo Mythic Blackhand to farm for the Ironhoof Destroyer. I would literally just Google
Remember, I would do giveaways for carries for those mounts.
something, and I'd be like, this guide sucks, I can do it better. And then I'd go up there and I'd do it better.
Today, we're going to learn how to farm Borean leather.
At the same time this was happening, like a lot of my friends were obviously going through college, finishing college, you know, having girlfriends, like moving in and everything. And I was worried about, you know, number one, my mom dying, number two, being homeless.
At this point,
that wasn't a good time.
I pretty much had no money. You know, my mom didn't have a job. I didn't have a job.
This was 2011 or 2012.
This was the time where I was pretty much, ironically, at the peak of my degeneracy.
Oh my God. By the way, the place where I fell through the ceiling was right here. So I basically fell where sand...
Wait, what? When he fell through a ceiling? Bro, how are you alive?
I fell where the Christmas tree was. Dual wielding? Oh, yeah.
I was probably one of the highest rated warriors in WoW.
Exactly.
At the time.
Important.
Great,
very
but,
important.
Not necessarily in real life.
So I went to the dentist and they did like a complete, I don't know, like a diagnosis, exam on my mouth. And they said it would be $50,000 to get all my teeth and everything fixed.
No.
Holy shit.
My old videos,
not good.
My old videos, you'd notice that when I smile, I cover my mouth when I smile.
And if I didn't do that, I would lose my teeth, and that'd be pretty much it. Throughout the next 7 years, I was not able to afford dental care, and I was not able to afford really any sort of medical care whatsoever.
I would have these toothaches that would get so bad that I would pass out from the pain.
Yeah.
And
you can see, by the way, like this is what I'm saying. Like, if you look at my face now versus then, that's why my face was so caved in then. Is because I didn't have any teeth. That was it.
A lot of my teeth fell out.
During this period, Zach tried a few jobs, but none lasted very long.
Worked at the IRS for a while.
I can probably promise you that even though he had a few jobs, I probably had more jobs than he ever did. I've had, I've worked at Smith's, I worked at Walmart, I worked at restaurants, I've worked at call center jobs, I've worked at driving jobs. I've had so many jobs just because nothing ever worked out. I was mainly let go from all those jobs, mainly because of my issues that I have and everything. And so, yeah. I started losing I lost my very first job when I was in my junior year of high school, and from that point on I just kept on losing more jobs. And then that was when, slightly after high school, I was told that I should get into this field because I've been doing it for so long and everything else that I should get into this. And then shortly, just recently, I was told I should start doing like YouTube stuff because I would be very good at it and whatnot. And I'm like, well, no one's gonna watch me. No one's gonna like. I just. How would anyone watch me? So, I was like, all right, whatever. I just started making a couple of videos, and then someone told me to watch this. I'm like, all right, fine. And that's kind of when people really loved my reaction to that. And that's kind of, well, I started to do more stuff like that. So, And you all have been watching, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot.
Tried to work at Sam's Club.
Well, I never wanted a job. That was one of the reasons why I didn't have a job, is I didn't want one. Like, all I really wanted to do was collect government welfare and jerk off and play video games.
So, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm collecting disability, and then I have food stamps because it's, yeah. But I still want to be kind of a contributing factor to society a little bit, but like this is my way of wanting to be a contributing factor. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I have a neat little trick about college, and I will say that at a much later date when the time is right.
That was all I wanted to do. There was never any sort of grand design. What do you want to be whenever you grow up? Nothing. Didn't your dad give you a lot of shit for that? He did. He did not like anything that I did. Like, growing up, he was so, like, the way that I looked at everything was the exact opposite way that he wanted me to look at it. Absolutely.
Didn't really go very well.
Exactly. That's me, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought that I would just have a shitty job, play video games for my whole life, and then die.
I was not motivated to go to school or to get a job. And let me fucking tell you something. After working at Sam's Club for one goddamn day, I put in more applications that night than I have put in the last fucking 3 years of my life.
The shitty job is actually a lot more shitty than I thought it would be.
The first day I come home, and the first thing that I do is I look up enrollment for like the colleges. And before that, I worked for the IRS.
Oh, I used to work at
I love working at the IRS. I hated working at Sam's. That's why I quit.
I remember.
So we would have to process.
I hated Kroger and Walmart and restaurant jobs. I think the only job that I technically liked out of all the jobs I've done was actually like two of them. One of them was a call center, and the other one was working at the DFW airport because I got free flights anywhere I wanted to go. And because of that, I took full advantage of it until I was like, well, I got what I wanted out of this. Peace. That's all I did because they were going to let me go anyways. But, I mean, so whatever. It is what it is.
Documents, right, for like, tax purposes and everything. Before I started...
Oh, and I worked for a pool company in Dallas. And I had to travel from Dallas to Houston to San Antonio and back to Dallas because the company I was working for was working for some major people, and we had to clean their pools. That was also shitty as hell.
I was in business school. I already had one business degree, and I was getting another one to transfer over to UT Law or maybe Baylor, depending on which one I would get accepted to.
Yeah.
And then I told my dad. My dad was very happy about this, right? Then I decided to play World of Warcraft instead.
What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmondgolds.
So did he get a business degree or did he drop out?
And today I've kind of got a little
bit... I had originally, so the reason why I dropped out is that
Okay, well, he answered my question.
I was making $1,500 a month. And I was like, okay, well, I can make a living on $1,500 a month. Why would I need more than $1,500 a month? So I just, if I'm already making the money and I don't have the degree, what the hell do I need the degree for? So I just dropped out of school. Yeah, that was it. I said, okay, well, fuck. But it's that simple, right?
An announcement to make is that I'm going to start streaming.
And my dad, the whole law school thing?
See, I've been told, so he was mentioning WoW. I've been told that there is many different versions of WoW. I've been told many times I should play WoW. I just never really got into playing that kind of games. But I was watching a buddy of mine recently, and he's like, you should totally play this. But, he told me if I ever get into doing this, you should get into Old WoW. I'm like, okay, well, how do you do that? And so, I mean, I might do it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if people are interested in watching that kind of stuff, then I might do it. But what I really want to play is FF11 or whatever the one that they have currently is. That's the one I want to play, and I want to make gameplay out of that. I don't know if anyone. I'm sure people have done it, but I want to show everything on that game. But yeah.
Yeah. Would you apply? I'm like, no, I'm going to make videos about World of Warcraft. Yeah.
And so I started streaming.
He was not a fan of that originally at all.
You know, kind of whenever I was bored. I remember it was like my dad went on a vacation, and like I would like usually have dinner with my dad, and then I basically had no responsibilities. I had nothing that I had to do, and so a lot of days whenever I would normally go over to his house, I would just instead go and stream.
Put yourself in debt. Listen, dude. The
Oh,
Asmondgolds struggle right at the very fucking beginning of streaming, that was a grind. That was a fucking grind.
I started streaming.
I was uploading videos every single day.
Very seriously on a very regular basis.
I pretty much like stopped interacting with a lot of friends of mine because I focused pretty much just on streaming and on making this as much as possible.
Did you guys ever fight about this? All the time. Like, there was a lot of friction with me and my dad growing up. Like, if you want me to be honest, like, there's a tremendous amount of friction. Like, I would be so mad at him for a lot of things because, like, basically my dad, in some ways he would care about what I thought, but in other ways he wouldn't. Like, basically, what he thought about things would always overrule what I thought about things.
Mine is... He would always... mine would always disagree with me on everything. On everything. It didn't matter what I said. He would disagree or say the complete opposite just because he didn't like what I said. So, that's how mine is. And I might get into more about that tomorrow.
And so he would try to, like, growing up, he would definitely try to, like, put me into places that I didn't want to be in. And that's the reason why I'm so resolute. It's one of the reasons why I'm so resolute about, like pushing away from anybody who is pushy. Right? Anybody, like, because he was very pushy.
I'm actually the same way. I'm the same exact way. If someone, like, for example, if someone is pushing to try to talk to me, I would just try to avoid them. I am someone who actually doesn't really like to talk to people all that much. Except for, like, through, like the comments, I've been replying to as many people as I possibly can. I've been trying to interact with everybody. I might have, missed a few people, but that's not intentional. But, like, people would try to talk to me, like, at a store or something like that, and I just would avoid it, or I would say very short answers, like, how are you? Good. What you been up to? Nothing. What's new? Nothing. Like, those kind of answers, like, short, direct, and be like, that's it. And, like, on my really bad days, typically when someone asks me a question or whatever, I'm just like, I don't want to talk. Thank you. I am not someone who really likes to talk, and if you try to push me into try to talk to you more and more, I just try to avoid altogether.
Person. And, like, to me, like, if that happens to me, it's like a trigger for me, right?
Yeah, and that goes for anything else too, for me as well. And I don't know if it's like a autistic thing or whatever. I don't know, but I do know that when people. The other thing is people have told me that I need to take meds or whatever. I don't do that. I don't like doing that because I mean, ever since my mom's passing, I've been kind of messed up. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I ain't, no. She lived on meds. She lived on meds and drugs and everything else, and I want to do the complete opposite. I want to be healthy. I want to do better. I want to live longer. I want to live I don't want to live the way she lived, and so, so I've been doing all I can to do basically almost anything I can to be completely opposite of what people tell me that I should be doing. Just because I just don't like people telling me what to do. It's I have the attitude of saying fuck off. I don't care what you say.
Like, if somebody tries to push me into something, I immediately am just, like, totally fucking out of it, right? because I hate being treated that way. I hate it. I never liked it at all. And so, yeah, it seemed like his stern dad. Yeah, he was very, very, like, he would be very harsh in a lot of cases, right? Same thing with my dad. Yeah, when he started accepting what you wanted to do. Well, I never really, and this is going to maybe sound, like, odd, but I have never cared about my parents' approval about anything. Like, if my parents weren't happy with what I did, it didn't even register to me, because, like, the only thing, like, I didn't care about what anybody thought, right? I mean, because, like, I looked at it as, like, you know, this is my life. I mean, why would I, like, it didn't make sense to me that, like, you would even consider another person's feelings, right? Why would you even think about what they're thinking or how they feel? It's your life, right? Like, that was always how, like, I would base my decisions off of. Surely he thought that would be best for you? Well, I mean, he obviously is going to try to help, right? I mean, and nobody's perfect, but, like, I'm just saying, like, that's what happened. When he started making big money in a month, I bet he accepted he was wrong. Well, I don't think he really was wrong. Like, he would support me in doing it, but, like, he at the same time, like, in school, like, he always wanted me to, like, he wanted me to do the things that you're supposed to do. And I didn't want to do those things. It was that simple. Yeah, it must be nice not having intrusive parents. Well, no, he was extremely intrusive, like he was. And so, do you think if things weren't different, if it didn't work in the sense that you stopped doing something for self-sabotaging? Yeah, I'm sure I have self-sabotage in certain things. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, Asmond doesn't believe in the golden rule. Well, I do, but at the same time, like, my golden rule is that I live my life for myself. Like, I don't consider anybody else or anybody else's feelings whenever I make decisions for what I want to do. Period. I only think about what I want and how I feel. That's it. And that's not, by the way, that's not a bad thing. Like, again, the people that don't like that are people that want to control you.
And I started doing that regularly, and it started doing really well.
I streamed every single night. I was very dedicated. I tried to make things as entertaining as possible.
Like, there's a lot of people who it takes them a long time for them to get popular, and I kind of did that work on YouTube.
Whenever I was doing YouTube, that was whenever I really had to grind.
This was New Year's.
Because I did YouTube a lot farther before streaming.
Streaming was
Whenever
easy.
I went onto Twitch, people kind of knew who I was, because I had a couple of, like, semi-viral videos in, like, the WoW community at that time. And then I started, like, getting a lot more popular on Twitch, and things kind of just snowballed from there.
Asmondgold is now one of the most watched streamers, and over time, his content has expanded to political and social commentary.
That is the largest political commentator in North America right now.
Broadening his audience while occasionally drawing him into controversies.
Not on MSNBC.
Video game streamers, Asmondgolds, who said he's out there acting like he's guilty.
My mom,
about those Epstein files. Yeah, I remember that.
And for the past 10 years, I've taken care of her. I've been, in a way, a caretaker for her.
Oh, jeez.
She was 70 years old. She was overweight. She smoked. And she basically lived her life like a college freshman.
Alright. This is my mom.
Yep.
She's been playing for a long time. She's on Warcraft.
So I spent so much time with her and with only her.
Yeah.
How do you think about this?
That's what got her, by the way, the fucking cigarettes.
Smoking.
So she did pass. Okay. That's sad. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, mine passed last year, and it was very devastating. And mine, a lot like yours, lived to the age of 72, being just that of a person who did smoked weed, pot, and yes, she also smoked meth, and did it all the way up until the last of her breath type thing. And it was very sad. It was very hard. I didn't really have that good of a relationship with her, but I deeply loved her still, like, deeply. I was a mama's boy through and through for years when I was a child. Then because of complications and due to court order and everything else, moved away and lived with my dad for a while. And my dad and I developed a really good relationship, to the point where now I'm kind of like a daddy's boy type of thing. But we still have a lot of flaws and confrontations and stuff. And then that's when I had to make a decision when I was in 8th grade to move back in with my mom to see if she would be a mother. And she wasn't really much of one, but she, you know, still had a big heart, and yeah. So, and then after I graduated to high school, that's kind of when her and I kind of drifted apart because of her actions and stuff like that. And I wish I can go back and change some of those things, but I couldn't be around her because of those things. I couldn't be around all that stuff because there was a really good chance that she would have gotten in trouble again, and I didn't want to be around that. So, and I didn't want to be in trouble because I was of age now to where if I was around it, I would also be in trouble with the law, and I couldn't take that risk. So it was only up until like the last year or so when we started to develop our relationship just a little bit, but it was never going to be the same ever again. It was never going to be like what it was, and that's what hurts the most. But when she died, that still hurts so much. And now it's been a year now, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that a year has passed since her passing. And there's so much more I can tell you, and I think I might do that in a separate video of the whole like about me video. And if people want to understand a little bit more about me and where I come from and why I am the way I am and everything else, I might do that for everyone. So I don't know, we'll see. But maybe I'll make a story. But I want to, after since I've been getting to know more about this guy, I kind of relate with him a little bit, and I don't know. In a sense, I don't want to say it this way, but in a sense, I kind of look up to him a little bit, just because he made some risks. He stayed behind to help his mom. Like, yeah, I don't know. Well, anyways, let's continue on.
For 50 years, gives you something called COPD.
Since
both my mom and dad actually have COPD, and my dad actually coughs a lot. I mean, a lot. Because he used to be a smoker too. But yeah, they both have this.
Was 16.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's playing on a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, she would roll her own cigarettes, and my dad would always criticize her because she said, you know, your mother could never roll a joint for shit, and nothing changed. Even
my stepmom actually rolled her own cigarettes. She used like a little machine or whatever it was. I don't know what it was called, but I think it's meant to make cigarettes. You just buy the stuff for it. I don't know what it's called. The stuff that goes in cigarettes. See, I'm not even a smoker. I don't know. I've just been around it all my life.
In 50 years, she couldn't figure it out. And the thing is that he was right. He was completely fucking right. She could never figure it out. After 50 years.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Do you think you're going to go for server first, level 85?
Wait, what?
She went for server last.
Oh my gosh.
Really? And over the years, it's just gotten worse. That's the way the disease works. What's holding you back?
My lack of skill.
At least she's honest.
Man.
Oh,
that was a long time ago. It's crazy how long that was.
Asmondgolds.
Wait, she died during COVID? Wait, was COVID during 2020 or 2021? Or, I think it was 2021, wasn't it?
Stands as a polarizing figure because he embodies a rare online authenticity. His words aren't crafted for approval, but spoken exactly as he sees them. It is this unfiltered
That's the problem.
honesty that allows people to see themselves in him, making his character deeply relatable.
I think that's another reason why the more I'm getting to know him, the more I look up to him. I know that's kind of ridiculous, but like, if you are watching someone who is just going to be very blunt and honest with you, if you see that, and if you can tell that they're being honest and whatnot, then you know that they're going to be a real person. Like they're real ones. Like if you asked this guy like point blank some like honest opinions, he would just tell you flat out what you need to hear, and he wouldn't sugarcoat it. That is the signs of a true friend. If you're lucky to be friends with this guy right here, keep him around. You know, if you're lucky to be able to be friends with a guy like this, keep them around, because they are rare nowadays. And that's why I feel like I might possibly be, I don't know. I don't want to say anything yet. I'm watching a lot of things. There's been a couple of videos I saw. I felt like that I didn't need to record, and but like I'm watching all the ones that I feel like is important to record, and this is one of them. And yeah, like I feel like he can be like a brother type thing, like an older brother to look up to type thing. That's kind of where I'm leading right now.
Right, the controversies around him.
It was a good video. Yeah, it was nice. Some of these, I forgot I even had some of these videos up on the internet. Like the one with asking her if she's going to get to like level 60 or level 85. Like, I forgot all about this. And I even forgot that I had her on camera, even on stream, talking about Burning Crusade release. I forgot a lot about this. Yeah. And the comments, what are the comments on this? Yeah, this video has so many views. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll link you guys the video. I thought it was pretty nice. And your old videos have been hitting the YouTube algorithm like crazy. Well, that's probably not a good thing. Yeah, I'd say that's probably bad. Watching people talk about you today is weird and dystopian. I don't really ever think about it. Yeah, it's not really a thing to me. I never really gave a shit. I mean, people would talk about me whenever I was younger too, because I would always do things that would get people to talk about me, and usually they weren't good. Like, I will say that. I mean, usually these were not the right decisions. Like, for example, I remember I was in a sociology class, and I said that we should use people that are disabled for medical testing, like guinea pigs. And that was the last time that I was included in conversations. That was about it. Like, that was the last time that they were like, well, what do you think? And I said what I thought, and they said, okay, well, anyway, let's get back to being normal. And that was it. Yes, exactly. What the fuck? Well, no, it's just like, I mean, I don't know. That's just how I think. Yeah, I was like 17. Were you wrong, though? I mean, I think you're kind of wrong. I mean, you probably should do it to people that are bad rather than people that are disabled. I mean, like, I've changed my opinion. Like, I don't think you should do it to people that are disabled that didn't do anything wrong. You've got plenty of other, like, you know, rapists and stuff like that. If you're going to use anybody for medical testing, you should use them. Right? I mean...
All right, I think that's it. So, yeah, quite an interesting video, and I have another one lined up that I think people have been wanting me to watch. That I think it's the rabbit hole. That says the rabbit hole of Asmondgolds. But I mean, I don't know if I want to watch that to experience everything. I think I want to watch individual videos. But I mean, I'll definitely watch it to get more context. But if I kind of want to watch, I kind of want to like, based off of everything, I kind of want to like make an opening video for him or something like that. I don't know if he would like it or not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I really like this a lot. And like I said, I don't want to provide my like what side I'm picking, but I think based off of this, I kind of want to stick to this side, you know, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But phenomenal video, loved it a lot, and I'm excited to see more about everything. So until next time, guys, Websters, be good, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.